Hey everybody, John here, 2 for Gaming. It's been a while. I've got a few things I want to get off my chest. So let's do a good old fashioned let's chat. So let's chat.
Let's chat. Put your listening ears on and talk to John.
How's everybody doing? I suppose that's the main thing. How's everybody feeling right now? I know this COVID thing, although some signs that it's coming back to normal with schools coming back and all that, I know it's still pretty much like a shit show out there. A lot of people are obviously going through a tough time, and like, I know it can't be easy. I'd like to think that we should, talk to each other. Talk about what's been going on in our lives. Is there any issues we've been having, and like that. I feel like, because I've done these before. I've done Let's Chats every so often that deal with my very uneducated view of mental health and how it's important to talk to people and stuff like that. But sometimes people say things, you know what I mean? Sometimes I feel like I don't necessarily practice what I preach, because everybody can be full of advice. Everybody can say things that they hear other people say. They say things that they think people will want to hear, and they say things that people will go, oh, that guy's deep. But yeah, I think I basically don't ask people enough how they're doing, really, and because number one, I keep to myself anyway. I know people are like, you got a YouTube channel, you stream, you're doing stuff for the Republic of Players, you do a podcast every week. When you are talking to people seem to think you're, jovial, you're funny. But I'm actually a very quiet person. In real life, let's say. I keep to myself a lot. I actually genuinely like silence. I think silence is one of the best. Silence is very underrated, especially nowadays where, people always feel like they need to be doing something. You can't. I think a lot of people find it hard to be, especially in these times, and that's the difference again with people who are, I suppose, somewhat used to seclusion, and very outgoing people who have been caught in this pandemic, which I think probably hits people harder when they are very social animals and they love talking to people. I don't dislike talking to people face to face, but like, I do like being alone. So I think I'm more versed for being like this. Now, don't get me wrong, I do enjoy going out with friends and I do meeting people as well. I do enjoy meeting people. But I do also enjoy being alone. I enjoy silence. I'm the kind of weirdo that'll like sit in a room for 40 minutes and I'll just sit there thinking. Nothing about it, nothing profound, or I'm not saying, God, that guy just sits there thinking. He must be some sort of philosopher. No, just fucking shit. Usually, thinking back on shit like 5 years ago, like, I can't believe I said that to that person, or like, geez, I should have done that differently. That thing that happened 4 years ago. Just like, I think people will call them 5 a.m. thoughts when you can't sleep. When you're trying to sleep and it's just fucking, or shower thoughts. When you're in the shower somewhere secluded and you randomly think of that time you threw up all over someone 4 years ago, and you never really said you were sorry, and you haven't got to talk to that person again, and they used to be a close friend or something like that, and you're like, Jesus, if I just fucking, I should talk to that person. I wonder what they're doing now. These kind of things. But we went away, and we did it. It was very good. It was nice to see that it could be done properly, and we did do it properly, to an extent. I won't lie, we weren't exactly angels when it came to the house rules, but we weren't fucking riding each other. We weren't fucking doing piggyback rides or anything. We were actually just pretty much just like fucking sitting in couches, drinking, playing video games. But I went to Nina. We booked 2 kind of lodges, kind of 5 people in each lodge, in a hotel at the Abbey Court Hotel in Nina. It's actually lovely, and they have like lodges there. And we basically went there Friday and Saturday, and basically the plan is just to, obviously nothing's open. Like, we booked a place for an hour to go for dinner, have a pint or 2 or 3, and we basically just went home then and played video games. Played a lot of Fall Guys. It was my first time playing Fall Guys, and I got to the final round once. We're having like a Fall Guys drinking game. That was the final round once. That was the best I did. I came like 4th. But I didn't do too bad overall. I basically got to like the second last round a few times, and I very rarely went out. I think maybe my first goal, my first few goals, maybe I went out in the first round. But after I got the hang of it, I usually got to at least the 3rd round. I basically always got there until fucking Fall Ball or Slime Climb came up. I suck at Slime Climb. Slime Climb is fucking horrible. But I don't know if that's a hard one or an easy one, but I think it's something like a Dark Souls boss where some people will find certain bosses easy and some people will say, oh no, that's the hardest boss in the game. You're like, no, I killed that boss on my first go. You know what I mean? I think that could be the same with Fall Guys, that some people find some levels easy and some people find some levels hard. I found Slime Climb hard. I didn't really like the team games. And I tend to lose Fall Ball a lot. It was nice to get out and talk to a few of my buds in person again. And just have a few drinks and have a few laughs. It was nice to see that everything was done properly. The hotel, you couldn't go anywhere without a mask. You couldn't freaking... Every single room you walked into, you had to sanitize your hands. Every restaurant and stuff we went to, all one-way systems. That was good. It worked well. This is the funny. I think I'm getting the results tomorrow. It was for no apparent reason. I got bloods taken. Well, the reason was the doctor says you don't have any bloods on file, so we would like to take your bloods. I'm like, yeah, sure. I've never done it before, so yeah, sure. And I have to say, there are some perks to this whole social distancing thing, because I am the kind of guy who'd, anytime before the pandemic or anything, you can ask like my parents or people who know me like very personally, I do not like germs. If I'm the guy who's in a hospital, I'd probably be the guy who'd be wearing a mask anyway, and like I'm constantly using the hand sanitizer, and I don't fuck with germs. I even before the pandemic, I was like, I hated hospitals and stuff because like this is where the sick people go, and I hated being in particular like doctors' waiting rooms where like you don't know what these people have, and they have you crammed in this fucking waiting room, about 15 of you in this small room sitting on chairs, like you can't even move. You're like this. Because there's 2 guys either fucking shoulder. But it was nice because it was all appointment based. I know it's probably sucks, you probably can't see as many people. It was all appointment based, and that same waiting room could only have 2 people in it at a time. And you were sitting on one chair that had a barrier at each side. And I was like, get used to this. This is quite nice. There's perks to everything, dudes, you know? What happened was, on Saturday, I got into a very deeper conversation I think I even meant to get myself into with a friend of mine, who will remain nameless in case if they want to be named. There's nothing about that. It's just like unless I have someone's permission, I'm not going to name them. You know what I mean? There's nothing nefarious or anything. It's a friend of mine. And we were the last 2 awake on Saturday night. And we were having like our last drink and a smoke. And I basically just it was random. I don't even know how it happened. You know the way, I know this is like freaking, wow, mind blown, you're so woke 101. You know, a thing that you say, that people say that when they try and sound woke, but you know everybody knows this. But I'm going to say it anyway. But the way that we all have, a social mask, that you're always kind of like, I'm friends, yeah, boo, 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 yeah, nothing's wrong with me, do, want a cup of tea? That's the social mask song, sponsored by Barry's. That completely fell off. I was literally talking to this man like a crazy person. Because I was drunk, I was very drunk. And I was just getting into just like stuff like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing with my life, and I don't know blah blah blah. And I had told him, and I don't think I'd ever told him before. I told him about I've said it on here before, but I reiterate quickly. When I was living in Kilkenny, I had a job that I hated, a boss that fucking hated me, that fucking wrecked my nut every single day I went in there. Give out to me, said I was worthless basically every day I was in there, and used to say it on top of her lungs so everybody could hear. So I dreaded going to work, and I was bad at the job, don't get me wrong, but like they could have fired me, but but there was no indication that I was ever going to get fired. It was one of those jobs like for some reason you're here for life even though you're not good at it. I got to the point where I was losing sleep because I didn't want to, and I said this sentence completely candidly to my friend, and I'll tell you his response. And this is what I liked. He wasn't wearing a mask either, and he didn't try and console me. He kind of gave me like a really genuine reaction, and which I adored, by the way. I told him the whole thing, but I've said this before, where I was like, I didn't want to go to work so badly that I was losing sleep because I didn't want it to be tomorrow. Now that sounds worse than it is. What I meant was that I didn't want it to be tomorrow because I didn't want to go to work. That's what I meant. But the phrase, because I didn't want it to be tomorrow, I couldn't sleep, he looked horrified when I said it. And he just went, dude, are you okay? I was like, what? Oh, yeah. You know, slightly, you know. Uh-oh. The mask is slipping. So I basically was like, oh no, I meant like from work. I meant from work. And he's like, hey, you should never say the sentence, I never wanted it to be tomorrow. That's not good. I was like, yeah. I was like, that's why I quit. And he's like, no, dude, I'm scared now. He said it. He's like, you scared me. Don't ever say anything like that ever again. I know you could be saying, oh, blah, 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 blah. You see, oh, very, very nice friend there. But like, no, he was scared because he didn't know. I forgot how good maybe I am at putting on a mask. He was completely blindsided that I would say this. When I was kind of like, is this not kind of apparent? Apparently not. So he was basically like, oh, dude, just fucking give me a hug, dude. And that was it. Like, we hugged it out. And I was like, oh yeah, no, don't fucking worry. I meant the work thing. And he's like, yeah, I know, but the sentence is very hard to hear for one of my best friends. And I was like, yeah, okay, I can see that. I can see that, dude. And he said something to me. I don't know if this was after that or even was before it, but I actually had to shake his hand after he said it. And it's very simple, and it's a very kind of, it's not like that profound, but it was something I needed to hear. And what he said to me was, I said, I don't know, sometimes I just don't think I'm succeeding enough as I should be. You know, I just don't know where I'm going with my life. And he said, dude, the main thing is, he's like, make sure you're happy. That's the really only thing you can do. It's not about success. I am doing blah blah. I won't say where he's working. I am doing blah blah blah. I'm not happy because that's my job. I'm happy because of my family. I'm happy because of my child. I'm happy because of my wife, or his girlfriend, not his wife yet. Soon to be, I would imagine. But like, no, man, just make sure you're happy. Stop worrying about being successful. It's like, just be happy. And if success is what's going to make you happy, then go out there and work and get successful. If that's the thing that makes you happy, then do that. But don't do that just to, you know, success doesn't necessarily quantify happiness. Happiness is how you feel. Do what makes you happy. And for some reason, like, I nearly freaking, when he said it, I just started laughing, but it wasn't like in a shut up sort of way. It was like it was kind of like do you know what, that's fucking obvious. But I really needed to hear that. And I was like, fuck me, man, that was fucking class what you just said to me right there. Anyway, we hugged it out. I was very drunk. I woke up and I was like, oh god, I'm after bearing my soul to this man. And as men do, we haven't said a word about it to each other ever since. It was only a few days ago, though. But I will probably tell him. I might bring it up, but that conversation really freaking, I needed it. I needed to hear it. I did. And that's what I'm kind of getting at, is that I need to talk to people more. I need to be the guy who's not afraid to talk about how he feels. Because I want to encourage other people to do the same. And I know how hard it is. I fucking know. You have every excuse under the sun. Nobody wants to hear this. I don't want to sound like a fucking bitch. Everybody has problems. 4. I went from 2 to 4 there. It doesn't really matter. Everybody has problems. Nobody wants to hear it. This whole fucking... It's not manly. Who gives a fuck, dude? It's 2020. You know? Get in touch with your feelings, alright? Fuck me. But that one conversation, and I've sobered up just about, by the way. This is Monday. Sunday I was fucking dead to the world, and today I still wasn't great. It's Monday evening where I've pretty much sobered up now, and it's still lingering with me. That's how powerful that one conversation was for me. And it was only about 5 or 10 minutes long. But I wonder how many people could have been saved if they just knew that people will listen, especially your friends. Everybody is going through these things. Everybody goes through something at least. And I know you can't quantify it. I know there's literally people who get beaten by their parents every day and they got out of that at the age of 18 and now they're in an abusive relationship and the cycle is continuing. No, shit that is far worse. But everybody has problems. And that's the thing. You actually have to think about it. The way people normally think about it is so stupid. Because normally people think about it like everybody has problems, so who wants to listen to mine? No. Everybody has problems. So people will understand you. Especially your friends. If they don't want to talk to you about your problems, then they're not really your friends. Let's be real. They only just want to fucking hang out with the fake you, who, you know, this guy's mental, he goes drinking and he fucking, he's a laugh. Actually, you know, I was feeling kind of, I don't want to hear that. Fuck that guy. I don't want to hang out with that dude. So talk to people. If you have any sort of problem, if something feels like it's weighing you down, and I'm talking to myself here as well. Just fucking talk to someone. Believe me. They'll try to help you. And if they don't, fuck them. You don't need that person in your life. Content will be coming back to the channel very quickly. Content will be coming back to the channel. I don't exactly know what. I think I'm going to start just doing whatever the hell I want now. Because I was getting too worried about, I need to do this kind of video because this might get clicks, blah, blah, blah. It has to be 14 to 15, blah, 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 blah. It has to be 14 to 15 minutes long, blah, 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 blah. I'm just going to upload whatever the fuck I want. It's my hobby. The streaming will come back at some stage. I was hungover as all balls and I still wasn't feeling great today. See how I feel tomorrow. But I should be back sometime this week streaming. And think about writing a book, guys, by the way. Think about writing a book. I have an idea for a book and I want to write it. But I'm lazy. But I'm trying not to be lazy. I'm trying to change my life, as I've said 1,000,000 times. I mean it this time. You can trust me. That's where I'm going to leave it, folks. Put the word friendship into a sentence down in the comments down below so I know you got this far. Friendship is very important. Is there any time your friendship has literally saved you from a bad time? Do you feel like you're a good friend? Might be a bit deep to go into in the comment section. But that's why I do these things on the fly, because I never know what I'm going to say. Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, I love you. And I'll see you again next time. See ya!